So Twin just made a brand new update, and to be honest, there's so many new things going on at Twin. So in this video, I'm going to give you a sneak peek of everything that's new with V3. And to be honest, there's so much I could talk about. I'm going to try and keep this as short as possible, but there's some awesome things that I want to show you. So as you can see, this is the new V3 model for Twin, and the UI itself looks very different, but it's kind of familiar too. And there's a few really important things that I want to talk about in this video. One of the main things I want to talk about is this new workspace option. Previously on Twin, you had different agents and you could have them in different projects, and it was, a little bit messy sometimes where you'd have lots of different agents on the left-hand side. Now what you can do is you can have workspaces, and workspaces allow multiple agents to live inside of a workspace and have shared context. And this is exactly the same as like how a business runs. In a business, you have the business workspace, and then you have multiple employees inside of there, all working in unison. And it's the same thing at Twin. You now have these different agents that can operate with shared context inside of a single workspace. As you can see, if we go to, let's say, Austin Plumbers, for example, which you may have seen in one of my old videos, you have all of these different agents at the top here, all agents, and you can have each of the different agents and you can talk to those individually. Now we've kept the two kind of chat windows. So you have the middle chat, which is obviously for, talking to the agent, instructing the agent on what to do. But you also on the right have your kind of agent view where you can see all of the different runs that are happening. You can also look at things like the instructions. You can even pull up the dashboard and a few other things, like for example, if it's on a schedule, like a time trigger or a webhook trigger. Ultimately, this workspace mode now allows you to have shared context with different agents, and it also allows your agents to tackle more complex things that require multiple agents and multiple workflows. So that's super cool. But one of the other things I really like about the UI changes is this recent run mode. Now, previously, if you wanted to see any recent runs, you'd have to click on the agent and then look on the right-hand side and see all of the different runs that had happened. Now what you can see is in the bottom left down on the UI, you can see all of the different runs that have happened for each of the agents. That way, if you have a lot of different automations happening and a lot of different scheduled automations happening, you can actually just see them directly on the front UI instead of having to click individually into each agent. This is super helpful. Like in this example, you can see that we successfully scraped 200 plumbing businesses via Google Maps, and I didn't have to go into the agent to click it. I can just literally see it from the left-hand side. Even when I hover over it, I can get a glimpse of what it is, so I don't even have to click in, which is even cooler. Now, another thing that we've added here at Twin is the instructions. The instructions are now extremely precise, so they run without many errors, and you can actually go in and look at each of the instructions for each agent in each workspace, which is super cool. Like in this example, it's very clear what the agent's purpose is, the workflow that it goes through, the data fields, the run history, for example, and this is constantly updating. So you're always going to be aware of what's going on with the agent that you're using. And maybe one of the most important upgrades on Twin, this is absolutely mind-blowing, is what we call runner mode. So the way runner mode works is it actually starts once instructions are locked in. So just like the example I gave, you have the instructions. Once that's locked in, what it will do is it will switch to runner mode, and this will start using cheaper, models inside of Twin, and this will make the model itself and the run itself about 5 to 10x cheaper on average. And this is super helpful because it's going to save you credits, it's going to run more smoothly, and it's just essentially setting up the agent for success. So that way you don't have to tell it, okay, now switch to a new model or do any complicated stuff on the back end. It will just automatically do this, and it will become as efficient as possible for you without you ever having to do anything. And I don't know about you, but I think the UI looks way more clean and way more easy to use. You have these recent runs, you have your workspaces, you can go in and look at the different agents. Everything is like right there available for you in one click. And remember guys, at any moment, if you want to change the look of the UI, you can go over to settings, appearance, and switch between light mode, dark mode, or just whatever your system preferences are. And there we have it guys. That is a quick sneak peek of V3 for Twin. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're excited for the next things that are coming up with Twin this year in 2026. Now, if you have any suggestions on what you would like to see with Twin, or you want to see a different UI change, or you want a different feature added, let us know in the comment section. We're always reading and we're always improving, and I'll see you in the next video.